You said where I'm joining from?
Mhm.
In Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, how's it down there?
Hot. Very hot.
Hot. How
Hmm.
long you been down there?
4 years now.
Liking it? It is what it is, huh?
Is what it is.
So we're gonna go ahead. You got so many layers to you. So we're gonna jump in and we're gonna start with the how you got started even writing first.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I started writing. I wrote my first book while I was in prison. So, I wanted to publish it while I was in there. I was reaching out to publishers, but it's a hassle while behind the walls. So I just decided to wait till I got home. And about probably 2 years after I got home, that's when I got connected with a publisher and published my first book. And it just went on like that.
Now, did you love writing in the beginning, or you just was like, this is what I'm about to do?
If somebody was gonna tell me that I was gonna be an author today, I'd be like, you lying. Get out my face, please. Like,
Right.
I mean, I love writing since a little girl. Always had a journal, a diary. Always got A's on my essays, English classes, papers. I was even writing papers for people. They would pay me, the athletes and stuff like that. So I was always a great writer, but I just never even thought about being an author. Like I'm actually writing a book, you know.
Right. So how did you get inspired?
I was in a hole. I was in a
Mhm.
shoe. It's called basically the hole in prison
Mhm.
where you lock down 23 hours a day. You only come out for like an hour for rec and not even out on the compound or wherever. It's just like in a cage, literally a
Yeah.
cage. And all I did was read. And I had like little pieces of paper and a little pen, a pencil. And I used to just write stuff, write my thoughts. I had so much going on in my head. I'm like, I need to just get it on paper. And after reading so many urban novels in there, I said, I got so many stories that I could write, that just
Right.
falls into this genre. I'm like, you know what? Let me try my hand at it. And as soon as I started writing the book, it's like it just felt so natural, you know?
Did they start talking to you like most people say?
Oh, yes. They wouldn't shut up. Like I used to be just laying there. I would jump out of my sleep or whatever. Like I'll have a little dream and get up or I'm trying to listen to music and it's like just they talking and girl, and this happened. And let me tell you. And I'm just like, this scary. Let me go ahead and
I'm going crazy, right? Like, no.
yeah. Hmm.
How many have books have you written? Have you published it?
23.
That's, that's
23.
amazing. That's
In
amazing. Your
two
first
years.
book was, what was your first book?
Um, Sex Scams and Bricks. Mhm.
How did you come up with that story?
It was my experience and just, writing on the environment I was raised in and stuff like that. And I just put it in there.
So, out of you said 23 books, right?
Hmm.
How do you normally come up with your subjects? Something you watch on TV, a dream?
Honestly, it's different things. It's not always one particular thing. It's usually probably from experience, something I need to get off my chest, if you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to do it. That's usually it. Something I experienced and I need to just like vent. And sometimes it's not good to vent to people. So I was like, let me just put it in a book and I will feel better, you know. Um, I do get inspired by listening to music and movies and stuff like that. So yeah.
Are some of your characters like inspired by like people you have encountered, or they just kind of like in your head, like, okay, I'm a.
Sometimes it's both. Every book has someone that, I've encountered, whether it's friends, family, or even a complete stranger. Um, And while others is I just create off the top of my head what I would like to probably having a friend or having a
Yeah,
man, something like that.
yeah,
So I create, like I build my people, in that kind of way. Like if we could only build who's around us, like I want you with these characteristics or these qualities or these morals, you know what I mean? So yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
What all the genres you write in?
Um, African American, just urban fiction, street lit, and I would say it's like mine's all my books are like mystery, thriller, and stuff like that, like but under urban fiction.
So tell me about that, incorporating, because a lot, like, that's a unique thing to do. Some people, we do the urban fiction romance, but
Mhm.
then incorporating that mystery and that thriller in there. Was that something you loved in the beginning? Was thriller?
Yes, I just always love to have my readers reading like they keep asking questions every time.
Mhm.
They keep turning the page, like, okay, is the answer on this page? And they keep turning like, oh my God, now God, I'm trying to figure out this question line, the answer to this question now. Like it's just every time is more questions and more questions and more questions, and you're not gonna know until you finish. So
Did you have to master that craft?
yeah, I'm still trying to. Because I read when I was locked up, I read a lot of like John Gresham, James Patterson, those kind of writers. So, those the goats right there.
James Patterson, listen, for him, he has,
Don't even know
you don't know the impact that he's had inside of the urban fiction world too, because we all started with writing with James Patterson as well. We all
Mhm.
started with reading James Patterson as well. Trying to multitask. I'm terrible.
I know, yeah.
Yes, we started with him too, and it was like we didn't have many African American writers that was writing the thrillers like that
Mhm.
back then. So, to be able to master that craft would be like, I'm gonna take you on a ride. Suspense ride is something it's hard to master, and it's something you have to work on constantly. Um,
Mhm.
so tell me about the genres that you haven't written in but would like to.
I would love to write a paranormal. Um, my best friend, Journey, you know Journey Jordan.
Mhm.
She just started writing paranormal, and the way she talks about it, she's been pushing me. She's like, you need to step outside your box and blah blah blah. And so I definitely, if it's another one outside of like urban fiction, street lit romance and stuff like that, it would definitely be paranormal.
When I first started putting pen to paper, um, I was like, I guess that was something that came a little easier because I was like, it's my own world. I was make believing.
Uh-huh.
But then I heard how bad the paranormal world come for you if you ain't got it right. And I was like, okay, look, you're not about to tell me what go on in my own.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. If I want a mermaid and then that's a butterfly, like that's what I want to happen. Like for real. But you want to tell me, no, this ain't how it go, and it's like this is the world.
Right.
Yeah, so always challenge yourself though. And you already got the suspense part down pat. So I don't think that would be hard to do at all. Is that something you're looking forward to doing in the future?
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, okay, okay. You kind of got an idea?
Huh?
You kind of got an idea if you
Oh
want
yeah,
to say,
I
yes,
already know.
girl.
Yeah, I already know how my first paranormal book gonna go. I was actually gonna try to write one last October for Halloween, but my mind was somewhere else. It was just all over the place, and I felt like a project like that, especially it's my first one, I had to put my all in and just focus in on it, and it just wasn't the right time. So I said it's okay, delayed, never denied, you know.
Yeah, yeah. the amount of research that they tell me that goes into it is
Mhm.
like crazy. Like when I'm talking to other author friends, they research, and I'm thinking, like I was just thinking as easy as making up something. They were like, no, they come for you if it
It's
ain't
more,
right.
it's so much more intense. Because remember, even under urban, anything under urban, it's kind of like it's us, it's the way of our life or people we know. So it's like kind of natural for us to write it versus paranormal. We ain't experienced no vampires biting on us. Or no werewolves just hopping out and you know what I mean? We never experienced that
Right.
in real life. So it's like, let me watch all these Vampire Diaries. I started binge watching it, reading the books and doing this and that and the originals and this. And I was just like, "Ooh, this taking me through the ring. I'm just sit this aside right now. I'll take
But
my
I
time."
tell you, the beauty of that, right? Because we haven't really like thrust into it, right, into the side of that community or whatever. Um, and let's still be wanting that paranormal, but I'll be like, he still need to be a drug dealer, a killer. You know what I mean? I be like, if it's just a regular paranormal book, I'm like what
Nah,
you want mine to be? I him to go around, bite, I don't know, prostitutes or something. Then give us something unique. Like something
you got a
different.
like
I
you got
just
a gang of
so
prostitute vampires running around in a pack, like you know what I mean, like a whole coven.
yes, look, real tricks.
Like got a
Bring
whole
back.
vampire pimp and everything, like got the cane and all that.
Right. Yes, I read one before, and he was like a like kingpin or something,
Uh-huh.
but he was like a ghost, and he kept coming through the window and having intimate scenes with her or whatever, and she would go through this whole motion and wake up. He would no longer be there, and he kept doing it every night. He
Ooh,
would just
they better stop playing because I'll be thinking that's real.
I know, but like that's what I'm saying with making it your own because I fell in love with that book. I was like, oh my God, and you getting scared, like, is it gonna come back through? And then like she got pregnant. I was like, is the baby a real? But that's just proof that the
Oh,
author
you
was
gotta
able
send
to
me that
do,
book. You gotta send me that
yes, the
title.
author was able to do whatever she wanted to do in her world. And but the crazy part is when she woke up, um, he had to make a deal, I think, with God or whatever. He had to make a deal and come back for claim his life or not claim his life. So he ended up sending her his son, and it just was like this whole thing, and he ended up
Yeah,
coming back for her. So it was crazy, but I'm just saying you can do anything you want to in the paranormal world. So,
I must have good
tell me
good ass
about
book.
a
She
good,
said good ass
yes,
book. I want to know the book. Y'all gotta give me the title.
And everybody who was going on
it
I
was a
to
good,
definitely
it was a really, really good book. So tell me about some books in your catalog. Listen, so what's your favorite in there?
Ooh, off the top, A Saint Loving a Savage, a Philly love story. That is those my babies.
You said,
Those my,
say that one more time.
a saint
A saint.
loving
Oh,
a
what it's
saint
about?
loving. It's a bike life romance, hood romance. It's basically this girl, she was an accountant and her brother rode bikes, four-wheelers, dirt bikes. I don't know if you ever saw, this is like a Philly thing and New York thing, we ride bikes in the streets, get chased by cops and do all
We
that
do
good stuff,
all the time.
pop willies, then does that, the smoke. Or she sent it. And long story short, her brother passed away. Someone killed him. She basically started riding in his honor. So she got real good, on the bikes and stuff like that. And she caught the eyes of the king of bike life, basically, Savage. And they, started out a little rocky, but in the end, they found love. They was the king and queen of the streets, with the bikes and stuff like that. I just love it. The brother of Savage, they're Muslim, the guys, and the brother
Mhm.
had 3 wives,
Mhm.
and one of the wives was like dying. It's just so good. Like, I touched a lot on the Islamic religion because I'm Muslim.
Mhm.
So even a lot of readers, like, they appreciated me, dropping information on it and putting them, on game, because some things they just didn't understand.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know
Or
the
don't
religion.
know. And they were like, wow, like, I'm looking at the religion in a whole different light now because of this book. So I felt like I did my job.
Yes, yes. You gonna have to drop that book. I'm gonna definitely go. I've read books from you, and I know we talked about this before, but you go with a menace or a snatched by Don. I mean, you got some different ones in your catalog. How do you feel when like um you get these characters and they ain't thugging and they ain't menacing and they ain't savaging, because a lot of books lead with that and it be misleading.
Yeah.
Um, so how is that? Do you feel like my characters need to be
Oh no, my characters be doing what they name say they do. I make sure of that, because you ain't gonna tell me like he wasn't a menace. Like, oh no, my last one, he was a
oh
menace.
yes,
He
melting
was
heart?
fresh about a Don. Low, he was a Don, a true Don.
Mhm.
He took out his daddy. That's a Don. He took out his own pappy. He's a Don. You know what I mean?
How do you
Like,
come up with your titles?
usually I try to pick them before I write. Like, I would have an idea of the story, and I have to pick them before I write, because I have to make my cover before I really
Oh
get
yeah,
into
you at the cover girl. You the cover girl. Listen, listen.
writing.
I see you doing your thing. We're gonna get into that.
Okay, I'm trying. But yeah, I definitely picked my titles before, and I don't know, and I think I really based the story off of the title, versus, how some people would even just write the book and then come up with a title.
Hmm.
Okay, this sound good. No, I'm gonna pick the title, and I'm gonna make sure and keep looking at that title and make sure my characters and my storyline matches that title. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm straying. Oh no, let's go back. Let's get back in the lane. Let's get back, Yeah.
Is that your process? You like, I need to get the title first, or do you have to get the name first? What you get to get the fill up?
I'll get the title first. That's the first step. Well, storyline concept first.
Mhm.
Title. Then I'll go and get the character names. And once I have the title too, that's when the cover come in play.
Are you an outline writer? Or you just kind of like freestyle?
Both.
Go. Yeah.
In
I
the
can
very
see.
beginning, I didn't know what to outline. Like, my first set of books, it was just straight off the top of my head, just writing. I'm just writing. And then I started to outline. It's so funny. I think the first story I actually outlined was, no, it was not Snatched Up by Dawn. It was like a book or two before then.
Well, did that come harder for you?
The outline,
Mm-hmm.
no, it actually made the process easier, and that's why I started doing it, because it's just like, okay, I'll just sit back. I got my iPad and my Apple Pencil, and I close my eyes and just like daydream and visualize the story in general. Like, I'll just look at it as a brief, thing, overall, and then I'll start to break it down. The way I write too, I break my books down in 4 books, even though it's one book. So say my goal is, just say it's 80K.
Mhm.
Instead of thinking of that end goal of a word count, I
Mhm.
break it down where, okay, focus on book 1, which is 20K. So let's
Right.
knock this book out. So I will have my 4 boxes. I jot down the main points in each book, and then I will tackle the first book. All right, boom. I tackled the first book, 20K, boom. All right, let's go. Let's move on to book 2 now. And then before you know it, so that's how I do it.
So
Even if it's 40K, or 45K, I'll just same way, 4 books. I'll break it down 10K, 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 or whatever, or 12K off, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how I break my stuff down. And once I'm in that particular book, that's when I will actually do the outlining for each chapter.
That's a
So
unique process and it works for you.
it works. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's,
Mm-hmm.
you got somebody, new author probably gonna view it or listen and they struggling in their head trying to
Mm-hmm.
figure out how, cause the word count thing, the more they take it up,
I
the more you question like, how did I get there? And then you start creating fluff just to get there.
Yep.
So if you breaking it up like you said, then it kind of can
Yeah.
flow.
Yeah, don't think of the end, it's writing a book is just like it's a marathon. You got to think of it that way instead of just one race. Like, okay, let me tackle this obstacle. Let me run, this amount of miles right now and this amount of miles. So that's how I do it, and it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long do it normally take you to write a book?
It really depends, but the longest I ever took to write a book, sure, this prison book is taking me through the ring. I would say the prison book, but usually my longest book right now is about 72K. It took me 2 weeks to write.
Mhm.
Yeah, a novella, anyway from like 20 to 30,
Wait,
35.
go back. You said 72K, 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Y'all,
I remember that book real good. Me and Journey, we actually, because we're writing partners too. We she wrote, I think it was close to, I think hers went to 80K and
Mhm,
mine went to 72, and we just going, 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 going. And we have the best editor ever where we just send her what we have.
mhm,
So as soon as, like, say, like, you see how we break it down to like the 4 books
mhm,
or whatever, book 1 is done, boom, let's send that to her. She edits that. And then book 2 is done. We send. So by the time we even send the last bit, we good to go. We
it's
don't gotta
ready
wait
to
a
go.
long while to release.
Yeah.
Everybody don't have that luxury, obviously, because some editors, they want the whole book in its entirety. But
So,
don't be like you when I grew. Who is that?
yes, but, getting it, you get it in. I've gotten it in pieces. I've gotten it at whole at the time, but I can tell you the pressure. I don't know, maybe because I fall. I will stay up. I will stay up, and I'll be on it, and I'll be on it all night long, and I'll be double checking. And so, when your editor spoil you, it's a good thing.
Yes, my editor definitely spoils me. Oh my God, she
Yes,
does.
when they spoil you, it's yeah. So, what is the most difficult part for you about writing, period?
Mm, I would say maybe when I put maybe in like a experience in the book and I have to relive it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Even if it's
That-
happy sometimes because of certain situations, I'll be like, oh, when you just go down memory lane and you wish so much, like, can I get that back? That's what I'm saying. Even good things sometimes be hard, you know what I mean? Because it's just like, damn. And then obviously the emotional, the trauma, or whatever experience it is, of course, it's going, tug at you. So I think that would be the hardest thing when it comes to writing for me.
I listened to I can't remember the actor's name, but he said every time I do a movie, I go see my therapist. He was like, because I have to decompress. I have to come up off that character. I have to because I spent time in that role.
Yeah.
I've done everything that that person in that role do. And now, whether that been fasting or whether exercise, like anything, and I've taken on that whole persona that I was like, I need to decompress, and now I gotta go see it there. They say, well, I done had a couple authors say they call authors crazy all the time because so many stories be running through your
Yeah,
guys' head.
yeah.
Sometimes you get so involved and so wrapped around a character or a moment. Quit writing and journaling for a long time because um I didn't want to go through that. Started with poetry. Poetry and
Okay.
poetry is very deep.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
can't.
I agree.
So doing with writing poetry and then becoming known as the one to go get for people's obituaries, it was like, hey, I
Oh.
don't want to be known like that, Okay. So okay, I guess, but then just that little part of a poem and that goes in an obituary, I had to take on that whole family's grief, that whole family's, and whatever I felt like that person wanted to say to the people. And that's hard. So when
Yeah.
y'all go into these characters and y'all put them on the paper, and to us, we read it like 3 hours, 2 hours, or whatever, and you guys went through it for like 2 months trying to get it on the
Yep.
paper. We done like
Done
read.
already. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Right.
yes, we have. So tell me about writer's block for you.
Ugh, I do experience it. Sometimes I just feel out of it, and most of the time it's just lifing.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'm a single mom, so everything is just on me, and once I get overwhelmed or I feel overwhelmed, it's just like my mind is just not processing anything. And I
Mhm.
just I won't say lazy, but it's just like blah. You know how
Mhm.
women they have pregnant brain?
Mhm.
It be
Pretty bad
like
boys upstairs.
yeah, it's like I just be, so with writer's block, I be hating it. I try to put myself out of funk. Definitely will listen to music. Um, I'll watch movies, shows to get me back motivated. Usually it would be, under the same genre as in crime, romance, urban.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, I hate it.
Do you try to read during it to try to get yourself back?
Yeah, I would read, but I'm the type of person when I'm about to, it's how to put it. I like to read something that I'm finna write, right?
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
then
yeah,
also
yeah.
I try not to do that all the time because subconsciously you could take an idea or something like, or not even take it. You could see an idea and kind of twist it in your own way because at the end of the day, somebody could give me and you the same storyline,
Yeah,
same
yeah.
concept, and we both gonna execute it differently, you know,
Differently.
entirely. So, but just in general, you know how this industry is. So I
Well,
try.
I'm glad you said that because here's the thing with that. You said execute it differently. And sometimes, I mean, how many times have you been watching a movie and you was like, why did you do that? You know, or watching a scary movie or anything, like get up, the killer's coming, anything that you felt like could have been done differently. We go through life and we feel like yesterday could have been done differently.
Mhm,
So reading a book, you can read a book, we critique everything.
mhm.
Um, and then we like, oh no. And what do writers say, authors say? If y'all want a story, write it yourself. So in your head, you like, this could have been totally different. I saw where you was going, and it's inspiring me. I'm not saying this ain't got nothing to do with copy because copying is different. Copying me, I'm taking what you did and I'm doing it. I'm just changing a few things, and or I'm just right. I'm giving you the same exact thing. And because you may be an author that's not known, I may be an author that is known, and then I'm giving you that same story. That's copy.
Mhm.
Inspire or, enhancing, it's
Right,
something
right,
that you
yeah,
see. So
Yeah.
Totally different. I'll tell you, you got the same religious teachers, and they preach and everything. They got the same, and you got you all around town, you all around the city, and the sermon is totally different.
Yeah.
Totally different. So you can't, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Um, how do you learn? By reading.
Right.
And
Exactly.
not,
Right.
so
We
yeah, so
read
I
as
have a different,
authors, we definitely supposed to be reading.
yes. So we're
Hmm.
gonna have this time, girlfriend, and we're gonna do game time.
Oh
You know I'm
boy.
gonna do game time.
Oh Lord.
I'm gonna do game time. So listen, I heard you say my Dukes was on here, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Grandma and grandma.
Okay, so we won't be too big,
Oh no, no,
grandma.
no. They down, they hip. They love it
Oh,
all. Yeah,
so
my
let's
mama read my books.
say she read it. So we're gonna say this or that, and I'm gonna give you two options, and you tell me which one. So
All right.
we're gonna say when I'm writing, when you're writing, are you a neat freak or you make a whole mess?
When I'm writing,
Mm-hmm.
I have to make sure you were saying writing.
All right, here we go.
Right? I'm a
Just
neat freak.
realize,
I'm a neat freak.
yes, writing.
Writing. I'm a neat freak.
A neat freak. Okay, okay. All right. When you like to read, would you say standalone or series?
Ooh, series.
Series?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Well, honestly, it really depends because I like a standalone if it like really just gets everything
Well,
out there and wrap it up.
yeah.
A series, it gotta be like the cartel kind of series. Like it gotta
Oh,
be for me to want it to keep going and being drawn out.
yeah.
I would say overall, actually, standalone. Series will be
I see what you're saying with that. Like if I'm like waiting on that next shoe to drop and I'm like, you got me on the edge. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
yeah.
All right. So would you rather leave your readers with a cliffhanger or break their hearts?
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger. Everybody has a problem with breaking their hearts.
Baby, I tried that once. Whoo! I thought my career was over. And
Carissa was
it's so
like,
funny. I kept thinking too, even with this prison book that I'm writing now, my current, work, and I'm just like, should I make them mad or should I make them happy?
mhm.
I'm just like, I'm still deciding. I have it ending. I have two endings. And when I get closer, I'll decide which ending we're gonna go with.
We're gonna talk about that. I'm on my way to you with that one. Relationships. You want a dominant partner or a submissive partner?
Dominant.
Dominant.
I don't want no weak.
Exactly.
Nope.
All right, relationships. Older partner or younger partner?
Older.
All right, last one in the relationships category.
Mm.
Married for money or married for love?
Oh, I'm going with the money because I'm gonna fall in love afterwards.
Yes, fall in love with.
This day and age we live in, baby, love ain't gonna pay the bills. If that's the case, I mean, if I'm wealthy, I will be wealthy, rich and famous.
I know
Then
that.
I could marry for love. I could marry for love, but you're gonna still have to bring something to the table, baby.
Yeah, I feel you there
It's
100%.
just like even in my religion in Islam too, even back in the days, people used to marry their kids off, kings and queens and princesses and all that. What did they marry them off to? Money,
For money. For money. Yeah,
status, and money, right? And obviously, if they had status, they had money.
yeah.
And if they had money, they had status. So for security. More so.
Security.
It's not even really money, it's security, because you need security to survive. And back then, today, in the future, security.
My mom used to tell me, she used to tell me a woman would choose security any day.
I would too.
Yeah,
Security.
they would choose security regardless. So before we go on to the next one, we're gonna say, if you had to pick arranged marriage or marry one night stand with a baby.
Arranged marriage or one night stand with a baby?
Huh?
Arranged marriage. Hold on. um,
I hate this question.
ooh,
Maybe like Markela, really? No, you can't tell me. Ask me, do we got money or not? We don't know.
my hair just started hurting with this question. God. All right, I'm gonna just have to go with arranged marriage.
Arranged marriage. Say you ain't want the one night stand with the baby.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. My baby gonna grow up like, Mommy, who my daddy? I don't know.
Get one. Would you rather be snatched up by a don or
Mm.
captivated by a hood millionaire?
Ooh, girl, I like how you did that just now. I would rather be.
Now think about that thing, because I'm telling you.
Man, you can't even. It's a win-win. I'm not even going.
uh,
I would
huh?
say captivated by a hood millionaire.
Okay, and guys, viewing in both books is by P. Wise, Snatched Up by a Don, and Captivated by a Good Millionaire. So you
My
can catch
curse
both of those
captivated.
books.
My curse captivated a hood millionaire.
But yeah. So you're gonna say Captivated by a Good Millionaire?
Yeah, yeah. I'll go with yeah.
Don may have some, she going through some cartel issues.
I mean, I would love to experience that, but I'm just scared about you. Listen, I don't know how I'm gonna feel. You snatching me up, you kidnapping me, you I'm in the trunk of the car, then I'm in somebody's basement, and um,
The first thing I be thinking of is I'm tired of, right? But the hood millionaire, what all he done? Because he gonna have some threats coming.
yeah. I mean, both sides gonna have
Both
threats.
sides gonna have some threats. The Don may have more
Yeah, because it's on
threats.
a higher, bit of a higher
Yeah,
level. It's international for real with him. Remember,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
dealing with the Italians. Remember, he's Italian too,
yeah.
so he got to deal with the Italian mob, the hood in general, and
Uh-huh.
then the cartel.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah,
lot versus the hood millionaire. Now he in
yeah.
the hood. He kind of know where his stuff is coming from, like right away. Versus the
Mm,
Don, he ain't gonna know which way. He gotta look at everybody as a suspect.
that's true. That's true. I'm glad we broke that down. That was good. That was good right there. All
Mhm.
right. Here's the last truth or dare.
Oh boy. All right.
Oh, we ain't did this one on the show. You first one to get truth or dare.
Hey. Um, truth. You say okay, okay, there.
Second one, are you sticking with dare?
All right, there.
All right.
All right,
Sticking
there.
with dare. Okay,
All
we
right.
sticking with dare. I dare you. Ready? To let Markela choose your next book character, name, or title.
Okay. All right. You can.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it.
The title we're gonna have to go half and half on, but the character definitely.
Okay, the character, we got the character?
Yeah, you got the character.
Okay. Okay,
Mhm.
you want to hear what the truth was?
Yeah.
All right. So, is it true your next book is based off your life?
Yes.
Tell me how's it been trying to get that pulled out? What
It's
we
been,
got?
it's the hardest book I've ever written, ever, and I think it would be the hardest book ever, even after books to come. It's
Yeah,
been so emotional, and I'm talking crying, snot, and everything, and just depressed, and had to
yeah.
pull out of depressive state because I'm like, I have to finish this book, and I just picked a goddamn release date, so I said I gotta finish this book.
No, you didn't pick a release date, did you?
You gonna get the exclusive.
Okay, okay, okay. So will this be like, are you gonna mix some fiction in there with it too?
Yeah, definitely gonna mix some fiction in there to, spice it up a bit and stuff like that, even though it really don't need fiction because
Say
but yeah, I'm definitely meshing too. Mhm.
this you already got a title.
Yes, I do.
I ain't gonna ask for exclusive.
Huh?
I ain't gonna ask for exclusive now. What we
Mm.
going? What we going? I mean, what we going? Can we get a hint? Can we get a hint?
Title?
Can we get a hint? Yeah.
Oh, the title's out. I dropped the cover too.
Tell me what's
Is
it?
it Bound to Savage?
Oh yes.
Yes, Bound to Savage, yeah. And the cover, I don't know, I guess you didn't see the cover.
Well, let's get tagged in something. See 10 posts, and then after that,
Jeanette says, I love it. Let
you
me,
have 4,000 friends on Facebook, and you see 10 people.
yeah, I know. That'd be like what?
hmm
If
Unless I get tagged, no, because I would have been the share that thing.
I'm trying to find it real quick.
So did you do the cover?
Yes, I did.
Let's talk about that. How did you get into like
Here you
start
go.
doing your thing?
Oh,
Oh yes.
oh, because it's like blurring my background out.
Okay, I see it. I see it though. I see it. Okay.
It's like the gel cell in the back. Let me see.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it better now. Okay. 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 No,
Yeah,
tag me.
I
Tag
will.
me. Let's pump it up. Let's pump it
Okay.
up.
Yes, this book is big. So,
Mhm,
so big. So big. So big. Yeah. Probably
mhm.
one of the biggest books of gonna be my career because this is me for real.
What about the guy?
And he's real too. I
He's
had a
real.
it's the
Hey,
whole
right again.
yes. It's was my prison bae. I won't say was, 'cause, but yeah, he's still, there
Yeah,
around.
I feel you. I feel you. I
Mhm.
feel you now. You better start popping that collar now. You beautiful, honey. Be
Yeah.
forever listen. Yes. Yes. So make sure you get that. Yes. um, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about how you got into start doing your covers and
Ooh, well, I always was like into graphics and stuff like that. Since MySpace days. You can ask my mama. I used to be on a computer, literally. It was hard to get me off the computer. I was always changing my background, my page, designing it, music, coding, and
yeah,
everything. Editing my pictures, content. I was always that kind of person. Um, and then when I got into the book industry and I'm seeing the graphics, I pay attention, I observe things. I'm a self-made kind of person. I like to do things myself. Especially because I know somebody else not gonna do it the way I want it done.
right. Right.
So when I was signed to my publisher, I just wasn't feeling the graphic design and covers. They were, granted, they were beautiful, but they just didn't speak me.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it was just certain things. I'm like, they all looking the same, or they all got the same kind of color, or they all look cartoon, like, you know what I mean? It was just certain things. It was just grinding and making me cringe. And that's when I said, you know what? I'm about to learn how to do covers my damn self. And that's what I did. I took a little course from my homegirl, T Michelle. And then after that little course, I took off. I started doing my
Mhm.
own. And now I was only making covers for myself. And then someone just reached out to me, which is still my loyal client till this day, my first client. And that's when I started doing everybody else's covers now. And I've been just growing, growing, growing. Every
Mhm.
time I turn around somebody in my inbox, hey, I need you to do a cover. I'm like, okay.
I know. If you guys, you think it's, yeah, she had just did a sale, like a sale with the whole package and everything like that that you could have got. Um, so you guys missed the sale. Unless we can,
Yes, Mr. Sam.
yeah, you guys missed the sale. You know, Markela try to work one day back in for y'all. Um, but I can tell, like, you know, you got certain people that do covers, and that's a pretty wise cover. That's a pretty. So
You're the
everybody
first
got their little.
way, yeah, you could tell who does
Yeah.
what covers. And it's so funny you said that. Just my bro, Chris Lowry, he just said the same thing the other day. He said, yo, when I be seeing people cover, like, yep, that's P cover. She did that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
That's, you know, that's a good thing though. That means you standing apart from all the rest. I mean, everybody got their own lane.
Okay, yep, mm-hmm, yep.
Yeah, everybody got their own lane, but then you can still know when yours is over here. So
Yeah.
yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
so switching gears from everything, let's talk about you. Who are you outside of being the author?
Uh, I'm a God-fearing woman first. I'm a law servant. I'm a mom. And I'm just a person still searching and finding their way in life, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
I, besides writing books, I definitely I have other ventures, put it that way. I have
Mhm.
other ventures that I'm doing, as in, I just started film school. Uh,
Okay.
I want to do audiobooks. I just got my equipment, I have my prison communications company actually going to launch next month with my partner,
Congratulations.
where that's going to be huge. I think that's going to make us a millionaire, like millionaires, literally. That's how great the idea is. And so I wear so many different hats. It's crazy. Sometimes I just be like, oh, girl,
Mhm.
what else you gonna do? Hey, masterpiece.
Do you keep in contact, like giving them books that you've written back to in the prison?
Absolutely. Yep. Yep. And even when people will reach out to me, family members, like, oh yeah, I have someone locked up, as soon as I hear it, like they have someone, behind the walls or whatever, I'm like, I bet what's their information, And I told myself I wanted to start like a little trust fund kind of thing for inmates, where that'll be for them sending out books, not just my books, authors' books. And the the website that we're gonna be launching, we will offer a section for books for authors to advertise their books and have their books in the directory. That way, loved ones could go on there and get to their books to send inside, because
Right.
books are a major major thing for entertainment and education. Educational wise behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't um I didn't watch TV for a long time, like a year. I was just reading books.
Mm.
Um, that's pretty much it. That's all I was doing was reading books. Let me get me back on the screen with you. Where did we go? Something happened.
I know I see you on mine.
Okay. Okay, here we go. We're back.
Got it.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. You guys are major to the community.
Yes.
Um, I didn't watch TV. They can tell you I started back watching shows and they trying to catch me up on the show and I'm like, huh? Because I'm so behind because all I did was read.
Man,
Going through 600, what I do, like 630 last year, books. And then we got some in there that over
I'm
me. Got two other girls is like over me. So yeah, like just reading. And then that's not included what, other books behind the scenes. But
Mhm.
um I needed to escape. So y'all provide a way for us to escape and just like go into these worlds. Even when you talk about these cartels and calling cleanup crews and all this type of stuff, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, give me my guy to call a cleanup crew and everything like that. I've been sitting up there going through the house like, yes, I need a cleanup crew. And you get so caught up. I was coming here telling my husband, I be telling him stuff. He'd be like, is it real or is it fake? Is it in the books or is it for real in real life? Because I got so caught up in the world that he just like, is it for real? And so yeah, so why you guys are a blessing to readers.
Yes,
Um,
yeah, I
so
agree.
yes. Let's get into reviews. How do you feel about reviews? When people leave reviews, how important it is to leave a review, period, first.
It's very important to that it's important to leave a review. Like it's so funny, even as a reader, me, when I read someone books, I make sure to leave a review. Um, but I want the feedback. I want the feedback. I love all the good ones. I take the bad ones too, because somewhere in there, if you dissect whatever they, even if it was a nasty one, you can learn and take something from it.
Right.
I just take everything in, because it do be some nasty ones. I don't really get them a lot. I probably got maybe out of all 23 books, maybe five. I don't get much of those, but some would be like, "Oh, this book wasn't for me." Okay, well, just say that and keep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna be everybody's cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
There's not gonna be everybody's cup of tea. That's just in life. Even as people, you might be a great person, but we just don't mesh. You're just not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? Well, no, you are. You are. Yes.
But I get it, because I'm big of energy. And you may be a wonderful person, but my spirit and yours may just not
Right.
go together at all,
Mhm.
Um, and I hate that I'm empath because somebody can literally throw my whole day off. And
Mm.
I'll be like, how do you give them that much control?
Yeah.
Like, take
Yeah.
control of you, girl. Because I'll be like, you, no, take control of you. And I had to kind of like grow through that. And I
Yeah.
said grow, like grow through that. Because people are evil, and they hateful. And some people just want to piss you off. So they troll. Um,
Hmm.
you troll everywhere. I mean, if they do it, I mean, because you guys are celebrities in the literary world, whether you think it or not. I mean, you're
Hmm.
writing a book, people read, and like I just told you, I read more than I even thought about watching TV last year. I didn't know what movie was coming out, a book or anything. I mean, not book, I mean, TV show or anything. So when you think like that, that means you got an author that you admiring or look up to or like or whatever. So you reading, and sometimes you have to take that and know that, yeah, I gotta hold myself to a certain high. I mean, I be wanting to vent on Facebook, vent on, and I be having to be like,
Mm.
"Ooh, no, I can't do it." I have to be me. I have to call my girls and have them to calm me down because I'm about to blow up. Yeah. So you
Yep,
guys
favorite.
to
I
take that and it's still said and done to say you have thick skin.
yeah, oh yes. And
What do
I'm
you
trying
do?
to really make sure that I have that thick skin right now too because of this next release. Because it's like,
It's your baby.
yeah, and it's about me. So let somebody sit here and comment like, "Oh, she dumb," or "She should have did this," or "Why she do that?" and she was. Da, 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 da." Oh, I'm gonna take it personal because you talk about me. Get what I'm saying? Like, but I'm
Right.
trying to like mentally prepare myself for the feedback. Like
Right.
that, like overall, like I have to prepare myself because
But it's as an author, a writer, it's needed for your catalog because it's your truth. So I always say if it's needed, regardless if it's good or bad, if it's needed and it's like something I want to do, I have to tell my story. It's for your catalog. Whether it go to bestseller or not, it's
right,
something that you need to get out because I can keep telling you about a Don, a Savage, a hood lover, hood millionaire, anything, but the point of me getting into this was probably like for me to eventually tell my side, tell my story. So as long as you keep that to you and be like, I need to tell me, I need to tell my story, my truth, and
and
how it went down for me.
yep, and not care what nobody has to say, basically. Like,
Yes, yes, I think that that's the most important thing ever. And then you got your friends, you got your community, you got your circle, you got your family. Blow it up. Put your little sauce in there, put your little stuff in there, put your little stuff that need to be in there, just,
right,
and then the other stuff, like, hey, it is what it is. This is my story, this is my life, and I'm gonna tell it my way.
yeah,
Um, and
yep,
that's how it is.
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
How has like from where you started your writing journey from now been? The growth in your writing, the
Oh,
growth.
it's grown so much. I see it. My readers see it. They tell me all the time. Even my close circle see it, and it feels good. It feels good because baby, my first two books, my first series, like we spoke about this on the round table, they was just like I was ready to snatch them babies down. I still be looking at them to unpublish, but Masterpiece always plays in my head every time I'm ready to snatch them down. She said, leave them so they could
Yeah.
see the growth, you know?
Growth.
So, yeah, but definitely I learned so much. I even the process of writing, like I explained to you, from just going off the top of my head to the way I break things down. Um, it's really good. And I'm still learning. Like I'm in film school now and we're like at the foundation of it, which is obviously storytelling and writing. And I'm learning so much. Um, you ever heard of Freytag's the pyramid? Freytag's pyramid?
No.
Yeah, see, like I'm learning all that is the breakdown of stuff, like the rise in action, the inciting, the rise in action, the climax, then the falling, and yeah, all that is good.
I
It's
did
really
one class. I got behind the lens. One class.
And what happened?
Okay, so I was done with high school, and this years ago, guys. I was done with high school. I didn't need nothing else but English and math, and so the last 2 years were nothing full of credit. So I just took everything, criminal justice, broadcasting, I mean, childcare education, I mean, any kind of certificate or degree, probably kind of here. And I was just sitting there like, they kept telling me what to turn in. I was like, this is tedious, and I am
Mm,
over it.
That ain't for me.
So yeah, it was tedious, and I was just like, I am one of those, like, tell me some, I'm a number person. So tell me
Okay.
the numbers, tell me how to crunch them,
Mm-hmm.
tell me what I need to do, and then let me work.
Mm-hmm.
If you up there telling me angle, Lynn, J, I'm like,
Gonna look at you like you
so
know.
it wasn't my cup, it wasn't my cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yes, we went through a whole lot in that class, but it wasn't my thing. Criminal justice, went through it.
Mm-hmm.
After hearing people's wounds and stuff breathe after they done passed, I was out of there. So no, I made the grade, got up out of there. Child care education, got it. I ain't want
Right.
to babysit nobody's kids. I'm out. So
Right.
so yeah, it was a quick thing for me.
Okay.
But yeah, so to learning your own stuff that way, if writing your passion or directing or publishing or whatever, you ain't nothing like knowing what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you can always learn on the field, but learning what to do, and so that way you can lead if somebody call out money ain't doing enough, you don't got the budget, I know what to do. So yeah, so that was always my mindset, to always have knowledge. I love learning about a lot of anything. So I commend you for that. School, I
Thank
commend you for that. What is your what do you see in the future for you? Is it you want to become producer, publisher? Which one do?
you.
Continue
Yes.
to write?
I won't say I want to do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be, well, I'm a screenwriter now, so I'm writing scripts. I graduated from Coach John's screenwriting academy
Okay.
in December. But I am gonna direct. I am gonna be a producer. I do want to act as well. I want to act, so I'm gonna act, and that's why I'm learning everything. Like this school is everything I'm learning, so I know what I would be best at, even though I want to be marketable as well, because it's gonna be times just like I don't know if you watched the Tyler Perry documentary. Oh my God, must watch it. Um, he wasn't supposed to be Medea in the beginning.
He said he wasn't.
He wasn't supposed to be Medea. It's times that even the other characters he wasn't supposed to be, but because people flop or whatever the case may be,
Do it himself.
he had to make it work. He had to make it do what
Mhm,
it do. You know
mhm.
what I mean? So that's why I just want to be real flexible, marketable, and could do it all. Like just like publishing. I started out knowing nothing at all. And now I do everything for myself.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Literally,
awesome.
anything I don't do, I need still is the editor. But everything else, I do myself.
That's how you keep the money in the bag. Yeah, that's how
Mm.
you keep the
I
money in the bag.
literally only pay out for editing and my promoters. Everything else I do. Hmm.
Do your thing, girl.
Hmm.
It's I love to see. I hate to keep, but hate to keep bringing back race and everything to it. But Black women doing their thing, being their own bosses, being their own entrepreneurs, being like it's commendable.
Yeah.
Um, because regardless if you don't think that you are here, somebody watching you. Somewhere is watching you, seeing what you do. Just like I said, I look over there and I like, that's P Wise cover. But
Mhm.
that's what I would, and it's like somebody is seeing you and they watching you and they proud of you. So always know like that you're doing it for who you doing it for and why are you doing it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
is there anything that when you're in close it up, is there anything you would like to say to um writers that want to become an author?
Just right. Put the pen to the paper or just start moving those fingers on this keyboard. Just right. And when you do get into it, don't measure what you got going on or the success you want or your success with someone else's because you don't know what it took for them, to get where they are. Just stay in your lane stay consistent, believe in yourself, believe in your pen game, and just ride out. Stay loyal and be true to yourself.
And this is a question I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
About starting off with your own first book. And it's I'm asking you this because you're getting ready to come out with a book about, kind of your life, your story, your thing. Um, would you recommend coming in writing about your life, or you kind of as a fiction writer,
Mm-hmm.
or would you say let them other stories take over and then get yourself where you need to be, because it could be damaging or it could be a good start? Like, what would you say to that?
It really depends because everybody feel like their life is a story, is a
Mhm.
movie, something like that.
Yeah.
Everybody, it's even how many people. Oh, write a book of my life, baby. Just because you went through this, that, and the third, guess what? Sheila went over there. Sheila went through it too. Tim
Mhm.
went through it too. John went through
Yeah.
it too. I'm saying, so what makes your story so different and unique? So I feel like sometimes what I did too is wait, because I've been supposed to put this out. I think this was supposed to be my first book out actually. And you can ask my mom. This was supposed to be my first book I published. And look, I'm 23 books and this is gonna be my 24th. It just the timing. Nothing happens before its timing. Um, but I felt like I needed to, just like you said, let me get these other characters going. Let me learn the game. Let me figure out my writing style. Let me figure my audience out and stuff like that. Because even with my book, this was not the original title. Bound to Savage wasn't the original title. The original title was Bound to the Bowl. You don't even know what that is, right? Like it's not pulling to you is nothing, right? And it was more so the bowl as in the toilet bowl.
Yeah.
Bound to the bowl because everything goes through the pipeline. Relationships, drugs, hits,
Yeah.
marriages. People got married through the bowl and through the toilet bowl. So it's like it's centered around the bowl. But then as I'm writing, learning the game, learning the industry, learning my readers and what they expect of me and stuff like that, I learned how to actually execute my story in a way that I'm not compromising myself, but I'm also giving them what they want.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because obviously, bound to the bowl, they probably would have been looking at what the hell this is. What people else got going on? What the? It would have just
Right.
been right there. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I would have had, I got loyal readers that anything I put out
But
should have.
when you gave your description definition of what it actually means, it was touching. I did feel, once you described to me what the title meant, that I was like, oh,
Mm,
it gave me a moment, because it was like it made sense.
it
I
makes
can
right.
understand. Um, I think I told you guys one time before this one, because I didn't like cameras. I didn't like to be on attention. I didn't like to be the spotlight. I ain't like none of that crap.
Mhm.
Um, and I did a mindful of battles, because mentally, I think mental, you know what I mean? So to somebody that write poetry and then mental stuff, when you say bound to the bowl, it was like, but then if we speak into a mass audience, it would have been like,
What? Because remember, not everybody likes to read. So
mhm, mhm,
not
mhm.
everybody would even try to figure out anything. They just be looking at the title. Oh, I like this title. Okay, I'm gonna read it.
They
Some
do.
actually read the synopsis or want a snippet or whatever. We have different readers, so it's like you kind of have to cater to everyone as a whole. So that title was not it. I
Yeah.
had to go back and I even changed the character names how many times.
Yeah.
And then I decided I went back and I fought back and forth even with my editor. Should I write the right dates, like the true dates of events and stuff like that? She said yes. So that way it flows for you. And it's just like you're just writing instead of you'll get stuck trying to, okay, let me change it to this date. Oh gosh, what date should
Yeah.
I?
Yeah.
And you trying to remember to go back. and the dates is mixing up. It's like you're just gonna confuse yourself. She said, just write your story.
Yeah,
And I just changed the character's
I
name.
agree.
So everything literally you read, it's true. Like, the dates and everything.
The, the only thing with writing with dates is like bringing myself right there. But to bring out that story, you kind of gotta put yourself back there.
Yeah.
Um, but
Mhm.
because I can say this happened to me, but I can say I lost this person or whatever, something, this thing went down. But when I think of the date, because I connect with dates, me
Mhm.
personally. So when I think of the dates, I'm thinking I'm back in that feeling, I'm back on the weather, I'm back on the time. So yeah, I understand why she said do that.
Yeah.
But
She put definitely pushed me too. And like you said, you're big on dates. I'm very big on dates. And that's why I picked my release date, because on January 30th in 2018, I self-surrendered. So that's when my story started.
oh,
So it makes sense to change the narrative of that date. Um,
yeah,
where
yeah,
like it's understandable because that's when it started. That's when that book, that's when the event, you know what I mean? Not particularly as in, you know, going to pre-trial and fighting my case and stuff like that. Obviously it's before then, but the dynamics as in most of the book being inside, which is the main concept and everything it's on, it starts from that date. So yeah.
okay, guys.
Right?
So I know, right? It's just like
I said,
um, I can't wait to read it. I can't wait to eat the exclusive. I
yeah,
can't wait
yeah,
to.
you just got your exclusive because I ain't even dropped the date yet. I just told you the date. But yeah.
I heard that I got the exclusive on 20 pages. Okay.
Mm,
Um. So January 28th,
30th.
30th, January 30th.
Mhm. It's so funny, the 28th, I actually graduated with my bachelor's, and 2 days after I had to go self-surrender. The judge let me stay out, for my mama, my family to see me walk across the stage. So yeah, I had fun, graduated, had a whole graduation party and everything. My grandmother came out, everybody was there
Yeah.
chilling, my aunt and my friends, and then boom, I had like one more full day after that. And then that next day.
So y'all don't let it fool you because she been dropping knowledge. She been dropping degrees and pedigrees and all kinds of stuff. So that means she got some knowledge upstairs, okay? She's smart cookie upstairs.
Why you think
Um,
my name is Wise, baby?
yes,
I ain't just pulled
listen,
it. Yeah, I
I'm
ain't just pulled
picking
that.
up. I'm picking up what you're putting down. So January the 30th, Bound to a Savage will
Wow.
be out. She's pushing this book for her catalog first and foremost,
Yep.
her, and then for you guys.
Yep.
So where can we find your books?
On Amazon, just now I could say Google me.
Yeah, I get you.
Just Google me and I actually pop up. Woo, I was like, I'm a celebrity. Okay. But definitely you could Google me and everything will pop up, links, my website, Amazon P Wise. My website is pretty with an I, not a Y, wise.com. I'm actually gonna have the paperbacks up for pre-order, and I'm doing a book box for pre-order only. So I will have those links up by the latest, I would say Monday or over the weekend by Monday. Because I will have it on Amazon, but it's gonna be pretty high. So it
Yes.
would direct them to my site, which the price will be lower to purchase. It's a
And that
Mental
is pretty
Madness.
with a high,
Mm,
wise.com.
yep.
All right. You can catch her other books on Amazon as well.
Mm,
Um, You just dropped Melt in the Heart of a Menace.
Melted the Heart of a Menace. Yep.
Yes, I read that one.
You did. How did you like it?
Let's see. Time we got savage, hood, menace, boss, millionaire, trillionaire. Anytime those things, I know, because I know what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? I don't have to, because you got some people that don't read the synopsis, but
Love the damn book, okay?
they know I'm the thug of the group too. I'm always gonna read all the hood stuff anyway. Yes, I know. We got some mushy ones, but I'm gonna come with a thuggy one.
Want that gritty
But
love.
yes, I'm gonna read those. I'm gonna read those titles. I want to check it out. I want to know because that's how I be knowing. I be like, girl, he ain't had nothing but no baby. He ain't had nothing but baby mama drama. Y'all better make him thuggy, kill somebody, or something.
Or something. Shoot somebody, even if it's just something. All right.
But y'all, I've enjoyed you. Whole
I
vibe,
I
pretty for a reason, pretty with the name for a reason,
thank
okay?
you.
That Kyle joining in all the way from Trinidad.
Yes,
You
yes.
guys can catch her again, you guys, on the round table when we will be back. They have been asking, when y'all coming around table? Say, y'all gonna break it off as six and do a little different. But yes, we definitely gonna be coming back on the round table. And again, you guys catch her books on prettywithIwise.com and also on Amazon. Be on the lookout January the 30th for Bound to Savage. That's
Thank
her
you.
life story. It's all
Yes,
about her.
yes. And thank you so much, Markela, for having me, inviting me, and doing everything you're doing for us authors, getting us out there, you know what I mean? And, sharing your platform and supporting us in general. We really appreciate you. And I think I speak for everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. You guys remember to like and subscribe. And again, that's Authoress P. Wise. Goodbye.